Oh,
now I'm recording it.
Oh,
so you're
okay,
being Furguson, and you're telling us about this neck guard.
The neck guard, this is a gorget. Pronounced in French, gorget. It's the second last vestige of body armor. That's all that's left of the neck piece that completely covered the neck on the body armor.
So you couldn't get cut
So
in
you
your neck.
couldn't get your throat cut or whatever. But the firearms made it obsolete for the full coverage, but French, Spanish, and English officers by the 1600s were wearing them. The Indians liked them, so traders went to reproducing them out of everything from pewter to silver.
Right.
And all assorted sizes.
See a lot of portraits with these neck guards.
Osceola's got three, right? That was there.
And like, I know that if you're trying to get in good with the Native Americans, they would present a special commemorative one.
Right, they do commemorate kind of like the peace medals or whatever. Right. Osceola's pictured with three. Though I doubt they were worn in the battle. You'll see the Jackson Walker painting of him coming into San Augustine, but he was coming to parley. That's why he was in his, you might say, Sunday go-to-meeting clothes.
Under a flag of truce where he was captured.
Yeah. That's controversial. I often wonder if some say he knew he was going in, and I might lean toward that. Number one, he was a sick man.
Yeah.
Number two, it's documented that he made the statement he didn't want to go west because he was scared Charlie and Matthew's people would kill him.
But Jessup also captured Micanopy the same way. Chief Micanopy.
Oh, yeah, well, they did it. Yeah, I mean, for sure it was done.
Yeah.
Treachery was done, too. But in Osceola's case, that might not have...
because he died of malaria in Fort Moultrie, right?
Right, tonsillitis, I think.
Yeah.
Now, his head was taken.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole story about that.
But that's, in fact,
Osceola's missing head.
Somebody named Brian Rucker done a report how the head might still be around because it wasn't on the insurance records from that hospital museum that burned down. So the head might still be out there.
It's somebody's private collection.
What hospital burned down that had his head in it?
It was up in New York State. It was kind of a medical museum part of a
See, back in that time period, people
Phrenology
collected heads. And like phrenology like examining the skulls to determine character. Just like back in the 1950s, they cut up slices of Einstein's brain.
Yeah.
Same type of thing. And so a lot of famous people's heads actually were not buried with them, but were created for scientific research.
Yeah.
And they end up in early medical schools, things of that nature. Very strange.
But just back briefly here, you were going on this before we got sidetracked about the various parts of body armor. There was the neck, the throat thing.
The last vestige body armor is still on. It's the epaulette.
The epaulette, which you see on Navy uniforms and various uniforms.
And the fringed.
And that was to protect.
That was to protect the shoulder from a sword blow.
From a sword blow to the shoulder.
Right.
And there was one other, a collar, a high collar was the leathernecks, the Marines.
They're right. That was later on. Yeah, Marine wore a leather neck. That might be a vestige of them, but the gorget was strictly decorative, like that. And it was personalized sometime, like this one has the rattlesnake on it. There's one of Osceola's in Scotland that has a wild boar on it, like that. Which they say Miccosukee Creek. They say that means hog eater.
But what's interesting, today we're at Fort Gordon, right?
What?
What's the name of this fort?
Fort Gadsden.
Gadsden.
Fort Gadsden. I get my forts.
Yeah.
Fort Gadsden.
Prospect Bluff, Negro Fort, Fort Gadsden. It went by many different names.
Which blew up in
Apalachicola Fort, I think, was the first.
The single deadliest cannon shot in the history of the Americas.
About 270 people out of 340 something died. But and instead of a military operation, it turned to a rescue operation.
That's right. And I don't believe that it was heard, though, all the way to Pensacola.
I doubt that, too, Ben.
I don't think so.
I'd like to see proof of that.
Yeah.
30 Choctaw.
Now, the Choctaw, it was always said...
Why were they here?
They were kicked out of the Choctaw Nation because that was the handful that wanted to side with Tecumseh.
Which was unusual because most of the Choctaw sided with Jackson and were allied with his army.
But 30 out of 3,000 isn't many.
Not too many Choctaw, but they came down here to this fort.
That's why they ended up among, and because of Creeks, Choctaw were bitter enemies.
That's true.
McIntosh was here with his Creek contingent. So there were also Creeks working with the Americans on this operation.
Well, majority of them, Creeks, was with the Americans at this time. McIntosh's militia, which his militia had backwoods white settlers with them too.
Yeah.
Like that. When they rescued the Dill woman, Stewart woman, over in Taylor County. Yeah, the accounts of Woodard, is it Lackey? Or Woodard, I think. Woodard's Remembrances tells about it. And anyhow, that the native Indians, I believe, in this panhandle, all the way within the coastal plains, I believe was Choctaw, all the way to the Swanee, rather than Creek. The Creek you went 50, 100 miles inland. But I think they held too many names. Even the Itchituckney River over on the Swanee.
But the creek probably pushed them out.
But
it could have been said, so when DeSoto come through, wham, the disease done all kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
tribes
two,
amalgamated.
Well, not only that, the trading houses. As soon as Indian, I'm a blacksmith, I can tell you, as soon as they picked up the first piece of iron, that was it. They had to be close to a trading house. Then this myth, oh, they can pick up a rock and do anything. No, sir. To get decent flint or chert where you live or where I live, they had to go well up into Alabama.
Yeah.
Like that. And that's one reason. And not only that, how long is that flint tool going to last? They're going to have to pick real easy with just regular iron, not even steeled and tempered, will last and last force a period of anything they had. Soon as, and not only that, they're going to have to go on a safari to get it too. So they moved closer to the trading houses. And Pensacola, Toulouse, and who was the one? Oglethorpe? Yeah, in the 1700s, early 1700s.
Is there some way we can smoke signal you to reach you so you know we're coming up to your gate and we won't get shot?
Yeah, you want to call before.
Okay.
We were not coming here, you know, out of the blue. We'll make reservations.
Well, we're going to come see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta get right.
We need to do that. Yep.
Dr. Rucker, the Dr. Rucker and I are going to go
I've
visit.
told my wife about that kitchen of yours.
Oh, yeah. It's easy to clean. Hadn't put a penny of maintenance in it like that or whatever. Gradually, now, what I'm getting ready to work on, I've been waiting for it to get cool. This is the first, it's a month late.
Yeah.
Like that. And I got everything from forged neck knives on down to making a bear trap or two.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to come see
That's going to look like it come off the
Are you still working on your wooden bowls and all that?
Yes, I just got done last week at the Pioneer Settlement in Bluntstown. Y'all are going to have to see this. How in the hell do them women make it with purses? And how do pickpockets ever get stuff out of purses?
And then, the Pioneer Settlement.
Yeah, you know what? We got some fine stuff at, I think.
You coming there next when?
I was there last week.
See, there's the events coming up.
Yeah. We have a 3-day one in the spring. They got the cane grind. Now, the cane grind, and that's where it's unique. And that's everything from 1840 to 1940. Where it's unique is that its old hit-and-miss engine turns a horizontal.
Yeah.
But the boiling pot is one that was used down on the coast for salt boiling in the Civil War.
Wow.
Like that. And we got log cabins. The oldest structure I know of between Pensacola and Tallahassee is in that settlement.
1824 cabin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
I brought Vic and the family up there. It was back in the springtime?
Yeah, about a few months ago.
Oh, y'all been to the...
we went to that. We went right there.
We took a trip in March.
Yeah, now we have to go again.
Yeah, okay. Well, y'all went there. Well, see, once you cross the Choctahatchee this way, springs are all over.
Oh, yeah.
Landmark outcroppings are all over. Between the Choctahatchee and the Apalachicola is a big transition zone. Wild cabbage palms are not wild west of the Choctahatchee. They grow good, and they'll flourish, but they're not native. Now, by the time you get to the bayous in West Bay, they all like that.
Have you been to Shoal River Sanctuary?
Yeah. I'm sure I have, but it's been decades.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They've got a little grotto there with those fossil oyster shells.
Yeah.
Just an amazing place.
You'll find some like that. In fact, the thickest oysters I've ever got, believe it or not, in town, Choctahatchee, they're about as big as small cantaloupes in a shell. And the oysters ain't hardly bigger than a wild oyster. Can you imagine all that, the drum, I know the drumfish didn't get a free meal off of that.